We live in the greatest country in the world. It's not perfect. The preamble to our Constitution starts off with saying, in order to form a more perfect union, we, the undersigned, in order to form a more perfect union. It's not perfect. There's several things that have kept it from being perfect. Most of all, greed, fear, and ignorance. Every group that has come to our shores have met with adversities. The early man pilgrim, they met with weather and disease. Along came, they decided they'd have a colony. They declared independence. Thousands and thousands died. Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty or give me death." Nathan Hale said, "I only regret that I have but one life to give for my country." And they hung him. It's not perfect. Then we brought the black man over and sold him as we would a cow on an auction block. It's not perfect. Then we treated the Chinese and the Japanese and the Hispanics. And look what we did to the American Indian. We wouldn't let him have guns to fight. We herded him to Florida. And if you want to read your children a good bednight story, read them The Trail of Tears. They won't sleep for a week. But there's been some heroes along the line. I think of Rosa Parks as she got on that bus in Birmingham, Alabama, and refused to give her seat up to a white man. That took nerve, folks. The 9 boys that wanted to enroll in Little Rock High School, Governor Faubus says, "You can't do it. We won't let you." And he brought out the National Guard to stop them. President Eisenhower brought up federal troops and caused it to happen. It's not perfect, but it's still the greatest nation in the history of the world. I would like to share some of my feelings about this great nation. Even after we told John Kennedy he couldn't be president, he was a Catholic. Even after we ran the Mormons out of Missouri, we still have a great nation. And these are some of my feelings about this great nation. I'd like to think I'm a peaceful man. I make friends everywhere I can. But there's some things that bother me as I watch the news on my TV. There's a movement in this land. They make laws every time they can. Each one has a destiny to take another freedom away from me. There's a movement they call gun control. It's for safety, or so I'm told. I'll keep my guns, or that's my plan, because the Second Amendment says I can. In my house, I have a gun, part for protection and part for fun. One day after eternity, that's when they'll take my gun from me. We've got money that we spend, and I spend too much every now and then. And God we trust is on our currency. Would you believe they're wanting to take that away from me? I got a dog, I call him Ben. We hunt the coon every now and then. Even if you don't agree, please don't take my dog from me. I ride my horses most every day. Some call it work, I call it play. I load my horses and off I go. I'm off to another rodeo. They play the anthem as I look high. I see Old Glory wave against the sky. I feel my chest swell up with pride. my patriotism I don't try to hide. But there are those who don't agree. They want to take this flag from me. A few years ago at Miami, Oklahoma, my good friend, an Indian, broken down rodeo clown, was in his wheelchair as the national anthem started. Greek's a red man, Native American. He struggled to his feet. He stood at attention and saluted throughout the entire national anthem. You might call Greek a red man savage. You might call him a Native American. I call him a patriot. We've had wars throughout history that we might have freedom and liberty. Men have died for that liberty, but they're slowly taking it away from me. Jesus died there on that tree that from my sins I could be free. One thing that will never be, they can't take his love from me. If you think like this, and I hope you do, don't let them take these things from you. But if we sit still and don't cause a fuss, they're going to take these things from us. But when they throw dirt all over me, with God's help, they didn't take these things from me. Mr. Kaepernick, it's not perfect, nor will it ever be. But the next time, why don't you try getting on both knees